Yes, the beginning of the end. Um, a monster movie from the 50s in the vein of, you know, atomic energy gone wild, much like the last one, but it's another cheesy monster movie, but cheesy in such a different way. So, get ready for the end of the world in the beginning of the end. Dun dun dun. I ain't driving 25 miles just to get champagne. I got liquor in the cabinet. Mama always said, don't go making out with boys in cars. Bum, bum, bum,
You ask me why? I'll tell you, dear. Don't ever be afraid. Big Lou.
Didn't this get boring? Like, it's weird in the 50s. You could just neck and neck and neck. God, by the time I was in high school, you were doing hardcore. Oh, she just felt what's in his pants, and it is not pleasant. Starring Peter Graves, Peggy Castle, and Morris Ankrum as the Beaver. I like a good bombastic opening. Wow, there's a lot of people in this movie. This almost sounds like Albert Glasser music, but I don't think he was still doing music by this. Albert Glasser! Holy shit! Holy shit, that's hysterical. Albert Glasser does a lot of 50s, a lot of Corman flicks too, I believe. Bird-Eye Gordon flicks. This is Bird-Eye Gordon, not Roger Corman. Sorry, this is before Roger Corman was even alive, I think. Yeah, it's Bird-Eye Gordon, another 50s schlock. The master. Oh, we're in for a treat.
This is 254 on the Ludlow swing. Reporting a
We're still driving
984-2.
incredibly slow.
We'll
I don't know
checking in
why.
in 45 minutes.
10-4, car 254.
Fuck the
KLP
cops.
646.
Pull
Eat
over.
me,
I
Flatfoot.
saw something.
It's some kids necking. Oh yeah. Hey Bob, you wanna try some of that necking? Oh, hello. Oh my God, he must have let her drive.
I'll report
A
in.
sexist would say. I knew I was getting swatted for that one.
Car 254 to Champaign-Urbana.
Urbana to 254, go ahead.
Car 54, where are you?
254 to Urbana. We're investigating an accident at Junction 45 and Ludlow Cutoff. Foul play suspected. Send
You
homicide
think?
detail.
The car smashed to a pulp, but we suspect foul play.
The driver may have been William Summerfield, 177 Decatur Street, Ludlow, Illinois.
One of you stay on the scene. The other investigate the Ludlow address. 10-4. Car 254, KLP 646.
Well, why can't you send another car?
Heard the man. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll stay out here in the woods where the possible murder happened alone. You want to take my gun, too, while you're at it? I probably won't need it.
Looks like a girl's sweater.
Are you telling me breasts were in this fabric?
Blood.
Urbana to car 88. Come in, car 88.
Okay. Just see you. Whoa, that's my car.
Car 88 to Urbana. McKenzie here. Go ahead.
Car
Better be good. You made me
254
walk
is
12
failed to report.
feet.
Is that car in your area?
No, not here.
10-4, car 88.
Yes.
This is KLP 646, Urbana, calling car 254.
I don't need to hear that shit. I got a car to look at and a sweater to sniff.
Urbana to car 254. Come in, car 254.
This is called Beginning of the End.
Urbana to car 254. Come in, car 254.
Car 254, where are you?
Hello, I'm at Ludlow. The whole town's destroyed. Everybody's gone.
We're not gonna show it,
You
but
gotta
believe
do
me,
something. You won't believe
it's
this.
destroyed.
Send help. Lots of
Is
help.
Columbus car 254? Are you kidding me? Pardon me, man. I just happened to notice that your entire town is destroyed. And you're holding a detonator. I don't understand one thing.
All right, lady, just follow the arrows.
Any chance of getting through?
Nope.
What happened?
No, that's usually
Look,
why we
lady,
throw up a
just
roadblock.
detour, will you please?
You imagine no power steering? She's driving this fucking mammoth. No, there's got to be power steering in 57, right? Oh, I missed the road. How'd I do that? Maybe if I back up, they'll think I'm leaving when I'm really going through. Maybe if I put on some lipstick and show a little leg, they'll let me through. I don't know. Oh no. Is this a Fatal Frame movie? Please tell me it's not
Tell
a
him
Fatal
to
Frame
take
movie.
that detail out of there. The old man is sending a replacement. Right.
By the way,
I'm
it's raining,
sorry,
it's
soldier,
pouring,
I
and the
should
old
have
man is
explained.
snoring.
I'm Audrey Ames, National Wire Service.
Yes, ma'am.
How do I get there?
Sorry, my orders are to let no one through.
Well, that surely doesn't include the press.
Lady, you got a lot to
Sorry,
learn
ma'am.
about the American government.
No one is what the old man said.
Well, was it very bad? Many get hurt?
Look, lady, you're not going to fish any information out of me. Now, why don't you get back on the main road? It's about a mile south.
The road's a mile south? I don't want to walk a mile. Stupid fucking square jaw motherfucker thinks he can stop freedom of the press. He can have another fucking thing coming. I'm gonna unbutton another button and show my tits a little more, and the next guy's gonna let me through. Pardon me, man. You happen to have a camera. Did you happen to take a picture of any ghosts? Let's see how you like my four-wheel drive gets 2 miles to the gallon car. That hood ornament is bigger than most cars these days. Oh, thank God I wore my hiking heels.
I'll take the camera, ma'am. No pictures allowed.
Look, you have no right to do that.
I want to bet.
Sorry, ma'am.
I'd like to see your commanding officer, please. Where could I find him?
You'll find him in Paxton. He headquarters there. I'll leave your camera at the roadblock.
By the way, you're under arrest for interfering with an investigation. Ah, fuck it.
Until further notice.
I
all
finally
traffic
found
will
Howard
continue
Stern.
to be
Jesus,
routed
the serious
around the
unit
Ludlow
is hard
area,
to
according
function.
to special orders,
morning.
Able 6.
I'd like to see your commanding officer, please.
I'd like to see you naked, but
I'm
it's
sorry,
not
but
going to
the
happen.
colonel's busy. Perhaps Captain Barton can help you.
That's true. The iPhones were huge in the 50s.
Ma'am, this will cover the whole situation you asked for, sir.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
Sir, why do you have a cross on your arm?
Are you the Audrey Ames who covered Korea for that picture magazine?
That's right.
I read the book you wrote after the war. Liked it very much.
Well, thank you.
You
You're with
describe
National Wire
burning
Service,
children like nobody I've ever read.
I was on my way
Kudos,
to
baby.
Chinook Field to do a picture story on a new jet plane they're unveiling, and I ran into a roadblock.
So?
Well, Captain, there was a town beyond that roadblock. A town that isn't there anymore.
Until we find out exactly what happened, we'd like to avoid publicity.
You have any idea what happened?
I'm sorry, Miss Ames.
What part of avoiding publicity do you not get?
Captain, you can't suppress a story like this.
We're not trying
Wanna
to, Miss
bet?
Ames, but until we have more facts... Look, will you give us your word you won't release a story until we give the go-ahead?
You
You
can.
have my word.
Sometime during the night, the town of Ludlow was completely demolished. The town's population, about 150 people, vanished.
Vanished?
No bodies, nothing.
Well, there must be some trace.
Some
I know it's hard
giant
to
pile
believe,
of
Miss
poop or
Ames,
something.
but a special detail combed through the wreckage for 2 solid hours and couldn't find a thing.
Wow, they went through
Was it an
for
explosion?
2 hours.
We don't know.
They went through an entire town.
150 people just don't vanish into thin air.
Wow,
We're still trying to
there's
find
a
out
reason
what
you're a
happened.
reporter, lady.
If you'd like to sit in.
Yes, thank you, I would.
Oh, young Harry Anderson.
Dave,
Makes the
what
scene.
time did you leave Ludlow last night?
Must have been after 11 o'clock. My son-in-law watched the television news at 10:30, so I sat there and watched that. And my daughter wanted me to sit there and talk a while.
Yeah, that'd be
And I
your
got
fever
to
breaking,
thinking
probably,
that
sir.
I had to get up early, so I took off.
Did you notice anything strange or unusual about the house or about the way the family acted?
No, they hated
No,
me, just
same as
usual.
always.
When you were driving out of town, nothing out of the way in the street, the building, or the sky? No unusual light, some sound or movement?
This guy's already moving on to alien
Well, I
invasion.
heard something sound like thunder, and about midnight a plane went over.
All right, Dave. I can call on you again if I need you?
Oh, yes, sure.
Yeah, sure. I'll
Edna?
be here. Did you want to interview me?
Is that
Okay.
the telephone company's official transcript?
I put through the last call to Ludlow at 11:59 p.m.
When did you first notice anything wrong with the Ludlow connection?
4:45 this morning.
Someday
I
we'll
phoned the
find
company
it.
linesman
The
to go out there
Ludlow
right away.
connection.
So the telephone lines could have gone down anywhere between 11:59 and 4:45. All right, Edna, thanks. You've been very helpful.
Did your parents name you Edna, or are you just in stereotype hell?
Miss Ames, National Wire Service.
How do you do?
Audrey Ames, I've read a lot of your stuff, seen a lot of your photographs.
Look at these photographs. Every time I make do, it makes me
Whenever
laugh.
you're ready.
I'll be right there. I hope you understand our problem, our need to keep this quiet.
Yes, Captain's briefed me.
If anyone wants me, I can be reached in Ludlow by radio.
Yes, sir.
How's chances of me going along?
Not this trip, maybe later. In any case, not until we know what's out there.
Oh, by the way, Colonel, my camera was taken from me at the roadblock by one of your men.
I'll give
One of your
orders to have it
Gestapo, your brown-shirted Nazis took my camera. I gotta wear the helmet, and I keep walking into
Oh,
stuff.
there has to be a logical explanation for this. A town of 150 people just
Okay.
doesn't disappear.
This one did.
Are you calling me stupid? Fuck you. These fucking heels are killing me. Why did I wear these today? Lady, you got on the wrong side of the car. What are you, from Britain? Wait, what?
Chicago Mobile Service Operator.
I'd like to place a person-to-person call, please, to Mr. Norman Taggart.
This call will cost you
Editor-in-Chief of National
$8,000. Are
Wire
you sure you
Service.
wish to
The
proceed?
number is Murray Hill 44836.
In what city, please?
New York.
What? You wind up that jet plane story already?
I'm not on the jet story. Norm, listen, I'm on to something I think can be real big.
But I promise not to talk about it.
Where? Oh.
He is so not writing anything. Come on.
Huh? What do you mean we can't print it?
I've given my word to hold off for a while. Now listen, Norm. A plane flew over Ludlow last night about midnight. Just about the time the lid blew off. Check on it. And, check Washington. See if they had an atomic installation in the Ludlow area.
Okay.
Call me back as soon as you have anything, right? Goodbye.
So she already broke her word. This is 57 or 58. I can tell. 57. 1957. This was made. And when you see what,
Sorry, miss. You can't. Oh, it's you again.
I know.
when
I
you
can't.
see the
I'd like
resolution
to have
of
my
what's
camera
going
back,
on,
please.
you'll
Colonel
know it
Sturgeon
was
said he
in the
was going to
50s.
speak to somebody.
Hey, Corporal. Matthias. She wants her camera back.
I don't think they had car phones back then, but like we can't see what it's attached to.
Hello, Norm. What's the score?
Wrong track, baby. The airlines confirm a commercial liner over Ludlow at 12:03 last night. There are no atomic installations, secret or otherwise, within 75 miles of Ludlow.
Well, it was a possibility.
How would he know where a
The
secret
only people
installation
that's playing
was?
around with radioactive materials in your vicinity is the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
Department of Agriculture?
Yeah, they've
What
got
is
an
this, Attack of the
experimental
Killer
project
Tomatoes?
just outside Paxton.
U.S. Department of Agriculture, Illinois Experimental Station. Okay, I've got that. I'll keep in touch.
Here's your camera, bitch. I got demoted for you getting around and getting a picture of Ludlow. Thanks. Notice that sign is the exact same font as the sign in the last movie. Just gonna walk in, because that's what I do. I'm gonna look up and see if they had car phones in the 50s. Wow. They had him.
Excuse me. I beg your pardon.
Men can't resist me.
I beg your pardon.
Maybe I should unbutton another button. Hey, buddy.
Oh!
Hello?
Oh, hello. I spoke to him, but I guess he didn't hear me.
Oh, he's a deaf mute. Working with radiation can be dangerous. Accident last year cost him his speech and his hearing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking for the project director.
I'm the project director. My name's Ed Wainwright.
Director of
What can I do
creepiness
for you?
and sneaking up on broads.
Oh, excuse me a minute. I'm sorry, Frank. Nothing to worry about, just a slight catastrophe.
Yeah, his dung collection got out of hand.
All the time. It's hard to keep these little things from getting in.
I'm impressed.
These are snails. Last summer it was caterpillars, and after that it was grasshoppers by the drove. And just last week it was beetles. Now,
You like the Beatles? I'm a hard day's night man myself, but, you know, help isn't too bad.
Service. I suppose you've heard about what happened in Ludlow.
Yes.
How? There's a media blackout.
And it occurred to me that radiation of some sort might have caused the destruction out there.
No, I don't think so. Here.
I've got some radiation right here. It's not doing
The only
anything.
people around here using radioactive materials. And isotopes aren't explosive.
Should I be
I'm
shielded
afraid
or
your
something?
answer isn't here.
Oh, I see. Now tell me, is this thing really a strawberry?
Yes. These
I
are
like
tomatoes.
how you run your finger
This, we
along the
hope,
tip
is
of
the
that
future of the
strawberry,
American
baby.
farmer. And for that matter, all farmers everywhere.
Can you eat them?
No, not yet. But we hope to develop one day.
No,
a
no,
hybrid
even
that
touching
can
them
be
gives you
eaten.
cancer. Oh, you should probably wash that
How is
finger.
it there hasn't been any publicity on this?
Oh, there have been a few stories in farm journals, but to most of the public, these giants are just freaks of nature. No practical value.
And to everybody else, I'm a freak of nature.
Well, radiation causes photosynthesis, that is the growing process, to continue night and day. Radioisotopes
Thanks for
act as
mansplaining
a sort of
photosynthesis,
artificial
asshole.
sun
I
that
couldn't
never
say
sets.
synthesis.
It's
Jesus.
fascinating. Tell me, what's he doing?
Well, that's plant food, essential minerals. Keeps the plants from burning themselves out. They have to be fed constantly.
I'll tell you one thing he's not doing is singing
Actually,
La
the fruit would
Traviata.
grow much larger if we didn't limit the stimulation. Maybe you'd like to do a story on us.
Yeah,
Be glad
maybe
tell you
you'd
more
like to
about the work.
stimulate me
Thank
and
you very
make
much.
me grow.
I'd
I
be very
don't.
interested, but well, right now I'm working on this Ludlow story. Thanks again.
Right. Goodbye.
I haven't seen a woman in 12 years. Jesus Christ, I'm glad I'm wearing a trench coat. Miss Ames, you can't park like that here.
You here?
Well, he wouldn't let me inside, so...
Colonel, Springfield is on the line.
Colonel, you just
Springfield.
got back from Ludlow. You said after you got back...
Hello,
I
Army.
Maybe.
Well, how about it?
Tomorrow it'll be open for the press.
Oh, Colonel, be fair. I played ball with you. Give me the jump on the other reporters who'll be in here.
Okay,
At
you
least
mentioned
let me take
balls
some
and
pictures
jumping
of
in one
Ludlow.
sentence,
I promise
honey.
I won't put them on the wire till tomorrow.
Well, I guess you rate that. For effort, anyway. Barton, take Miss Ames to Ludlow. And I hope you have a strong stomach.
Because he had beef and pepperoni for lunch, and you're gonna be in for something.
We're going to take some pictures in Ludlow. If we're not back in 15 minutes, better come in after us.
Yes, sir. Let him through.
15 minutes? Sir, I think you're overestimating your stamina by about 11 minutes. Double exposure. She has a fucking phone in that car. If they're gonna be late, she can call.
I've had enough.
Baby, we are 20
Some
minutes
people
into
use
this
calendars
flick.
to
Believe
tell
me, you
age.
haven't had enough.
I could use ruins to count mine. I was 25 when I went through Seoul after it was shelled. I was 20 when I took my camera into Cologne and Berlin after World War II.
Must be used to it by now.
Are you used to the way my
Captain, there's
hand
some
is
things you'll
stroking the
never get
back of
used
your
to.
neck? No!
How about a drink
Stop
to
it!
wipe away some memories?
Stop it!
Good way to get rid of the jitters. I know a little place.
How do 150 people vanish
Why
into
is
thin
it
air?
in these
Well, around this
movies?
part of the country, things seem to have
Anytime
way
a
of
woman's
vanishing.
on, the guys are all over
Only a
them like
couple of
white on
months ago,
rice.
it was a warehouse. Kind of fell apart overnight, just like Ludlow.
Sir, do you think there might be a connection? Nah, I'm too busy trying to get my dick wet. Did you hear that? Oh wait, I'm deaf. Damn. Okay, be cool, be cool. She came back, she came back.
Hello, Frank.
Hi, did you decide to come back and do a story on us?
Well, no, as a matter of fact, I came back for some help. I'd like you to do me a favor.
Anything I can.
Remember the warehouse that was destroyed about 3 months ago?
Uh-huh.
I want you to take me to see it.
Oh, well,
I can't abandon
I'd
my
like
work.
To, but I've got too much work in my hands right
Yeah.
now.
Bitch,
How
I'm a
about tomorrow?
scientist. You need a travel
3
agent.
months ago, a warehouse was destroyed, and the one person in it vanished. This morning, Ludlow was destroyed. All the people in it vanished.
Yeah, her belly's gonna grow like
Don't
that
you see a
tomato
possible tie-up?
when he's done. I've got radioactive seeds.
Possible, I suppose. What do you want me to do?
Just ride out there with me and take a look at it.
I don't understand what good that'll do. The authorities investigated it thoroughly.
The sheriff thinks in terms of crime and publicity. You're a scientist. You think in terms of cause and effect.
I'm
Maybe you'll
asking
see
you
something
to
that the
drive
sheriff
to an
missed.
isolated area
It
alone
shouldn't
with
be too
me.
difficult.
Hint,
Still,
hint,
I don't
nudge,
know.
nudge.
What's he saying?
Filthy. I'm
He
not
says
going to repeat that. My
that your
God.
lips are easy to read, that your theory makes you a very bright girl in his book, and that he'd like to go along with us.
Good.
He says down with a threesome? Yeah, okay. Let me just take off this cumbersome
When you
lab
barge
jacket.
into people's lives and drag them off to places they don't really want to go, aren't you sort of in danger of becoming unpopular?
That's an occupational hazard.
Yeah, but I've got
did pick
tits,
such
so
an
it doesn't
occupation.
matter.
I think it sort of picked me. I guess I was just born inquisitive. Ever since I can remember, I wanted to know the why and wherefore of just about everything I saw. I
You
inherited
see
my knack
me?
with
Do
the
you want to
camera
know
from
the
Dad.
why and wherefore of Peter Graves?
My curiosity supplied the nose for news, and the camera supplied the memory.
What do you think the guy on the left is thinking about?
there
Because he
you
can't
have it.
hear any of this shit, and he's not reading her lips.
What about you? Have you always been interested in science?
Oh, I guess I always have been in one way or another. I used to fool around with radios and anything electrical when I was a kid. I was a radar officer during the war,
God, you're
and then I
boring.
went into this when I got out.
Why did I ask him this question? Maybe I can drive into a
yes,
tree
I
and end
remember
this.
now that every time I read one of your
Good
articles,
Lord.
it was dateline from some area of
The things I
flood
do.
or famine or war. Made me realize what a sheltered life we scientists really lead.
Sheltered? Look what happened to
I
Frank.
don't find some shelter. Oh, we're gonna fade away. Look at Peter Graves all pissed off. I was just trying to flirt, lady. Jesus. You even know you have a vagina? Oh, what the hell was that? It was like a twister that came up on the left side of the screen. You think? You think they'd be that cruel? I'm Peter Graves, and I'm the star of this movie, so I'm not going anywhere. She's the only set of tits in the movie. She's not going anywhere. Ugh. Alright, Albert Glasser, we get it. He's not a composer, he's fucking Rocky with instruments. He just beats the shit out of you with his music.
Force had to push these walls out from the inside.
Think it was an explosion?
Aw.
No, it couldn't
Maybe
have
he's just
been.
hungry.
Any explosion big enough to destroy this warehouse had certainly
Any
been
explosion that
heard in
could kill the cat in the hat.
What was it they kept stored here?
Wheat. Almost 1 million bushels.
It's a lot of wheat.
And there was
That's
surplus
a lot of
to keep
bushels.
the market from being oversupplied.
Doesn't it strike you as a little strange that out of all that wheat, there's not a grain left anywhere?
No, that's nature's way, Audrey. Birds probably cleaned up the leavings.
Oh, he's calling to us. And you automatically have to clean off the back of your dress.
What is it, Ed?
You see how barren this ground is?
Well, I don't know. I've seen horses leave it like this.
Well, this is deeper than horses go and much more thorough.
I think it was
Practically
Mr.
down
Ed
to
that
the
killed
roots.
these people.
The horses pick and choose. They leave patches. But this is completely barren.
Hey, yell out if you see anything.
Well, leave it to old Frank. He'll make a botanist out of me yet.
You're head of a government lab and you need lessons in botany?
Well, I try to teach him what I can about my field of study. He tries to teach me what he can about his.
Aren't you a botanist?
No, I'm
No,
an
no.
entomologist. The study of insects.
Well, then how come you're working with plants?
Well, the existence and development of plants and insects are very
Oh,
closely
God, he's going
related.
at it again.
They're highly dependent on one another.
Look, you can give me like a
As a plain
5-word
matter
answer
of fact,
once.
one couldn't live without the
I
other.
like bugs. Just
And that's why I can't
anything.
understand. Ground like this is usually teeming with insects. This area is completely devoid of it.
I think I'd like to get some shots of this. I'm going back to the car for my camera.
All right.
I'll walk you. Get ready. Here it comes.
Here, let me help you.
What was that?
I don't know.
Hi, folks. I'm your antagonist for the evening. He's forgotten how to sign for help. He's a deaf mute. Nobody cares.
Oh, Frank's gone. You can't save him.
Get in the car.
Let me be frank about Frank. He's a goner.
The Geiger counters show no radioactivity to speak of, sir. Only background.
There's got to be an explanation somewhere.
I've got your explanation for you, Tom.
Who the fuck are you?
Now listen, you've known me ever since I came to Paxton. You know I'm not given to hysteria, and you've got to listen to me with an open mind. Take it easy, Ed. Locusts.
What are you talking about?
I can't
talking
wait,
about
because
giant
that's one of the better
Giant
effect
locusts
shots
are responsible for
in
all
this
this.
film.
Are you nuts?
No evidence of any explosion, Colonel. Buildings look more like they're hit with a battering ram.
You
We found
know,
these
my
guns at
helmet's
the
awful
scene.
tight, Colonel.
The kind people keep in their homes. And they've been fired.
Okay. Lieutenant?
Now listen, Tom. These are 8 feet tall, some even bigger. They're vicious, merciless
That thing was
killers.
20 feet long. There is a
Lieutenant.
wild discrepancy in the size of
Again.
these.
Tell him I'm still waiting for those specialists.
Yes, sir.
Frank Johnson is dead. He was killed not half an hour ago.
It was horrible.
Obviously, you're both under a strain.
Won't
but
you listen? You've got to get some soldiers out there before more people are killed.
Miss Ames.
There's nobody
The
else
governor
out
asked
there.
me to exercise discretion in dealing with you. Please don't make it any harder for me than it is.
You have to believe us. Listen, you've seen
Do
the
you have a
giant plants out
picture?
of the lab.
Are you trying to tell me you bred these things?
In a sense, I did, yes. Some locusts must have gotten into the lab, and they ate some of the plants or some of the radioactive plant food. Well, their cell division accelerated immediately. That is, they started to grow abnormally fast. They had to have a constant food supply to sustain this growth. So, a couple of months ago, they wandered into the grain elevator outside of town. When they grew to this giant size, they pushed their way out.
Well, they just pushed the building down.
Yes.
He
Each one
accepts
of them has the
8-foot
strength of
crickets,
10 men.
but
They're
not that
probably
they can
200 or
push a
300.
wall out.
So last night, not satisfied with eating the grain, they came to Ludlow.
Yes.
Even if I went for your story about the size, it would be
Is
hard
my
to believe
belt
they'd attack
buckle
people.
under my
Sergeant,
belly or over it? Because my
that
pelvis
report
must
came
be
from the
really
chemist?
huge.
No, not yet, sir.
Why won't you listen?
I am listening.
We saw Frank
I'm just not
Johnson
believing.
killed by a giant locust.
Sure, and there are reliable people who've also seen flying saucers and weird little men from Mars.
Well, take another look at that town out there. Or have you found the answer?
Lieutenant,
Have this man shot.
I'm taking a detail out for a look around. You're to keep radio contact. I want 10 men. Get them on the truck.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ed. You can show me the exact spot where you saw, well, whatever it was you saw.
Oh, no.
Well, after all, it's his grasshopper.
I got a bad feeling about this. Really, you didn't ask to go? You haven't been left out of any scene yet. I don't know, but I've been told cricket pussy is mighty cold. Oh, Lord. What? That's an old army song. And it's Eskimo.
All right, let's go. It is a wrap.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of... Peter Graves explains a lot in this flick.
Man, we're gonna dig us some crazy grasshoppers.
This is a bug hunt, man. A bug hunt.
All right, tell them people to spread out.
All right, man, fan out.
Alright, boys. If you see a giant cricket, I don't know, shoot it.
Here's the spot, Tom.
Where's the body?
I told you we ate him.
Just like Ludlow.
His body's going through the digestive tract of a giant cricket.
Hey, Frank. Maybe we could train one of these giant whatsits to pull a plow, huh?
Chuck?
Huh?
I don't like this place.
Ah, take it easy.
Stop being a pussy and laugh at my joke.
You know, grasshoppers are good eating.
Yeah? Busted a catcher.
Actually, in the future, people are going to try to make us eat bugs.
Nah, no
Those
kidding.
people are
I am
assholes.
one down in Mexico.
Well, you better watch your step. They're liable to get even.
The humor of the American soldier.
They must
There
have
is-
seen something. Mr. Wainwright's a scientist. He's trained to see things right.
Well, these days they blame the atom for everything. Bad health, bad crops, bad weather.
Sir, trigger
Now it's
discipline. Get your
grasshoppers.
finger off of that
Just dreamed
trigger.
up this guy Frank being knocked
Jesus.
off. Ah.
Starship Troopers is an awesome bad movie, but this is like if Starship Troopers didn't have a budget. Or social commentary. That don't sound like any whippoorwill I ever heard. Did somebody dial Uber Eats? It's a big building with patience, but that's not important right now. Here we go! Get reaction shots, boys! Starship Troopers had a pretty impressive budget, actually, for what it was. Okay, they're big, but do they have to be bulletproof? Well, you don't get Casper Van Dien and, oh, what's that girl's name? And the guy from Melrose Place with no budget. Not one of you brought a grenade? I'm Peter Graves, and I'm shooting the shit out of this thing. for grasshoppers.
And
They don't
every
jump very
available
much.
man. Also get some air support. We'll bomb them out of that forest.
What are you gonna do?
Going in there and wipe out every last one.
They'll slaughter you.
Not this time. I want light artillery brought up with Company H.
You don't have enough men.
There'll be 3 regiments out there tomorrow by 0300.
You don't understand. You still don't have enough men.
Not enough men for a couple of hundred locusts?
There are more than a couple hundred.
But you said before
That was before I heard them screech. The noise they made convinces me there are more.
How many are there?
I don't know. There could be countless numbers. I think you better
That's
go
not
in
a
the
real
regular
number.
army, Tom.
Where would I get off calling for the regular army to handle some oversized grasshoppers? Why, they'd Section 8 me right out of the service.
With good reason.
Lieutenant, take charge of the east sector.
Yes. Making a mistake, Tom.
It's the only way to be sure. Eight-legged freaks is kind of like this movie.
I'm afraid he
With
doesn't
today's
understand how serious
modern
this is.
special effects.
Well, after all, he knows what the military is capable of.
Well, that's just it. He has faith in regimental firepower because he's seen it work. But he's never come up against an enemy like this before.
And you've done all you can.
No, I haven't. In a way, I feel responsible, Audrey. These
Seeing
in
as how
deadly
I'm the
danger
one that
as those
created
locusts break out of
them.
the forest.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to Washington. Maybe the Army people will listen to me.
I'll go with you. Maybe I can help. I saw them, too.
All right. We've got to convince them, Audrey.
I'm
We
going to
may be
rename them
witnessing
after
the beginning
Frank.
of an era that'll mean the complete annihilation of man.
Annihilation?
Annihilation. The beginning of the end.
All credits. I was going to make an Annihilation movie joke about that, but I don't think anyone's seen that movie.
This, gentlemen, is the enemy. This locust, more commonly known as the grasshopper, is almost identical to the giant locust of Ludlow, except for its size and the fact that the giant's wings fail to develop. They cannot fly. The locust is intelligent. It's strong. Locusts follow a leader. Like the bee and the ant, they're able to communicate with each other. This communication or call is produced by the hind legs. This is the 1956 Australian locust plague. Covered an area of 400 square miles. We've been plagued by locusts since biblical times. We've tried various forms of combating them. As a matter of fact, in our own
Usually we
country,
just
the
step on
early
them.
settlers of the Massachusetts Bay Colony armed themselves with bundles of brush and drove millions of locusts into the sea. Now today, despite the fact that we've developed powerful insecticides, the locust still inflicts damages to the tune of $25 million in the United States alone. California,
Which is a lot back then.
Colorado, Texas. Even this small locust will attack a man. It has
It
two
won't win,
powerful
but it'll
jaws
attack
edged
'em.
with sharp teeth. It will kill other insects and devour them. If no other insects are available, it becomes a cannibal, turning on its own kind.
Well, then all we have to do is keep them around and they'll eat each other.
Now, you've seen what the locust can do in its normal size, smaller than your thumb. Imagine, if you will, a locust that's grown bigger than a man and is continuing to grow, some larger than others, but each one a deadly killer. I hope you realize we haven't much time.
You are a scientist, Mr. Wainwright. You know what locusts can do. I'm
Cuckoo,
a soldier. I know what guns can
cuckoo.
do. I feel secure the Illinois National Guard can handle this situation. Did you want to say something, General Hanson?
No, sir.
I ain't touching this
I
with a
was certainly
10-foot
impressed
pole.
with your presentation, Wainwright. I'm sure all of us were. Thank you very much for coming.
I'm afraid my presentation didn't impress you quite enough, General.
I don't
If
understand.
only
you.
PowerPoint existed, I would have convinced
to
you.
move out of that forest, I'm not sure you'll be able to stop them.
What are you suggesting we do, Mr. Wainwright?
Hit them with everything you've got, now. You need more men, a lot more men. You need tanks and heavy artillery.
As of
Why
now,
don't
the
you
full
just
strength of
airstrike
the Illinois
them?
National Guard is in the lines surrounding the Ludlow, Illinois forest. As I said before, Mr. Wainwright, you are a scientist. Why not leave the fighting to the military?
You panty-waist pussy. Go back to your library and leave the dame while you're at it.
Urgent call from Paxton, Illinois, sir.
Dun dun dun.
General Short here.
General Shorthair?
Yes. Yes, I see. Thank you. Matt, you will fly to Paxton with Mr. Wainwright. We'll take charge of operations. Mr. Wainwright, I owe you an apology. The locusts have broken through our defense lines. Thousands of casualties. Our troops are reorganizing to prevent Paxton
Off screen,
itself
of course.
from being overrun.
While our camera crew's been out here watching this inane film display of the prowess of the Locust. The Locust defeated the army.
Paxton and Chicago will lie open.
General, we can't land in Paxton, sir.
Why not?
It just came over the radio, sir. Giant locusts have overrun Paxton at 1400.
Well, yeah, but did they destroy the runway?
Head for Chicago.
Yes, sir.
Like, at this point, you would just nuke... Like, yeah, you guys are right, dude. Just nuke them. Just bomb the fucking Locust back to the Stone Age. Sir, I believe my hair is a little too greasy for this scene.
Captain, I want these positions held. I want them held at all costs, if humanly possible. And Captain, have your map people immediately turn out 300 overlays, showing the Chicago defense line as tentatively set. Yes?
By the way, yeah, now we've got 6 towns and cities destroyed by giant locusts.
Major
and
Everett.
we've seen none of it.
What about Squadron 12?
They haven't reported in yet, General.
Well, let me know the moment you hear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll be with you in a moment. Bill, you'll proceed at once to temporary GHQ, Central Sector, and assume command. Norm, you will order the 81st Armored Division to proceed without delay from Fort Sheridan to Chicago. Have the CG report to me upon arrival. Request the Defense Department to alert the following divisions.
Sir, why do I have the Illuminati symbol on my shoulder?
The 1st Airborne, the 92nd, and the 76th. Now, what's your problem?
Food. At the rate refugees are pouring into Chicago, General, our emergency stocks won't last long.
Yeah, this is how God deals with giant locusts. But I'm not God, I'm just a man.
Toxaphene is one we haven't tried. How good is it?
Almost as powerful as chlordane.
All right, ship 2,000 gallons out to the base. Excuse me.
I'm Peter Graves, and I'm answering
Hello.
the phone.
Who's speaking?
Squadron 12 just reported. They say they came down on the deck and practically drowned the enemy in insecticide. The chlordane didn't even slow them down.
We tried raid, it didn't work.
I'll do my best, General. Goodbye. Stuff's no good. Forget it.
So much for the media blackout.
Looks pretty bad, doesn't it?
I thought you went back
Yeah,
to New
the
York.
hat's not that
The
ugly.
big story's here.
Look, your editor called you back because it was too dangerous.
I wanted to be here.
Nothing we've done so far. Insecticides, fire, bombs. Nothing has done any good. And there's so little time.
Well, you're doing everything you can.
Well, everybody is, but
I
it's
can't
not
tell.
good enough.
Is that a hole in her top, or is that just a
The time
pattern?
will come when the beasts will inherit the earth.
They pull in a little cockroach. I mean, ooh, cover them from the skies in melted hot chocolate's good. Then we can send the vegans and eat them.
No, there's no sign of the locusts yet, General. Out.
Yes, I'm sure they're 12 feet long. Peoria, you're on the
And with a
air.
mark of 5 divisions to the west and south of Chicago, General Hanson is confident that he can keep the menace at bay. Units of the Air Forces and Marines are moving into position to back up those
Meanwhile, the
forces
president has
already
declared
deployed
Illinois
by the Army.
a
The one
locust
advantage our
haven.
forces hold over the enemy
Says the borders
is that
are
they
open
always
for all
reveal their
locusts, and
intention
it is
to
a
attack.
sanctuary state for locusts.
Before every attack, the locusts send forth this warning in the form of a high-pitched screech. Now, this screech increases in intensity until it reaches ear-shattering proportions. And it's when this screech reaches its full intensity that the locusts attack.
But that wasn't any
Better be
help to the
available
deaf
now,
guy.
line,
He
Major,
couldn't
and I
hear
think
it.
There's no question but what will be.
Was that you making that noise? Yay! It's just a locust day. No school. I think that's that. No, false alarm. No, that's an Akeda. What? Why? What did I just say? Hold your fire. Oh, you people are the worst following orders. Oh! They told me there'd be shells involved. Oh no, they're napalming the lab! Good lord! Yeah, we're here, but we don't really have anything to do. Just the locusts! I can't hear anything with all this shooting. Would you guys stop? I love the napalm. The smell of napalm in the morning. It smells like locust. Oh, that was not a stunt locust. Whoa, they used a pick and a butane and fucking burned that cricket. Damn.
General. Inch by inch, they're moving closer. Still they come, wave after wave. We're going through a breach in our lines. We're all around it. We're being cut off.
We interrupt this program for an important announcement. The giant locusts have reached the Chicago South Side and nearby
Fake
suburbs.
news.
I repeat, the giant locusts have
I
reached
know,
the Chicago
I know a
South
bunch of the
Side
crickets
and nearby
personally.
suburbs.
They'd never do something like that.
calm.
Fake news.
Take shelter in basements. Take shelter in basements. Do not
Oh, we just got word. It's
Attention,
mostly
please.
peaceful.
Attention, please.
The crickets are peacefully protesting. No, for the most part.
Keep all traffic moving. Do not panic.
Sir, traffic doesn't move. That's the whole point of the traffic. How did these nudniks, like, what did they not know the locusts were coming and they just went out on a picnic? Those people deserve to die, I'm sorry. Hey, ya toots. Uh-oh. Jesse Smollett just called and said he was attacked by two locusts wearing MAGA hats.
I sent for you because of a new development that may be favorable to us. The locusts have stopped their advance. They're huddled in the alleys and buildings just outside the loop.
The locusts got cold. When the temperature drops below 68 degrees, they just stop moving.
Well, maybe now's the time we could move in and destroy them.
Well, they aren't in hibernation, sir. They'll move if they're provoked, and they're just as deadly as ever. When the sun comes out tomorrow, they'll be active again.
The Air Force is standing by with a B-52 loaded with an atom bomb.
You can't drop an atom bomb on Chicago.
Wanna bet?
Washington has given me authority to do just that, as a last contingency.
Sir,
If the bomb
imagine,
is
think
dropped
of the
early
pizza
tomorrow,
we'll
there'll be
lose.
no loss of life. The city will be evacuated by
Hey
then.
there.
But what
Where'd
about
you
the
get them
property?
locusts from,
Be
eh?
$1 billion worth of damage in a site that's too contaminated to rebuild on.
I realize that.
Hey, they're
If we
gonna
don't
drop
the
an atom
bomb,
bomb on
will almost
Chicago.
certainly fall. The bomber crew is alerted.
It's been overrun with locusts.
If we don't come up with something by then, I'll make a final check with Washington and relay they're okay. Isn't
You
there
know
a
what would
chance
stop a
the
swarm of
locusts
locusts?
could die in the
The
night?
bears.
Of the cold.
No, not at this time of year. Takes 24 hours of exposure at 14 degrees.
Yes, they could have dropped
Yes,
it on
some way you
Ludlow. They could have dropped a bomb on
Drive them
Ludlow and
into the
ended this
lake.
whole
In
thing.
Washington, you said the settlers did that.
Oh, hot dogs too, eh?
Settlers?
And cheesecake. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the early settlers in Massachusetts did literally drive them into the sea. But they weren't dealing with giants. Wait a minute. We can't drive them. Not drive.
We can bike them.
We
No,
could track
that's
them.
stupid.
Tracked. If we could reproduce their call, General, it might work. It just might work.
A call for insects?
Have you ever been duck hunting, General?
The duck call.
Yes. There's one for bees, too. They use it in apiaries. It might work.
What do you need?
Well, let me see. I need
I need
an
a
audio
whole bunch
oscillator.
of bullshit.
I need an audio, two audio amplifiers, the most powerful you can get. I need an oscilloscope. I need some high-frequency radio equipment. And a boat. A fast boat.
And a dozen hard-boiled eggs.
Well, there's one thing I have to get myself. Something that'll tell me when I've succeeded.
What's that?
Herpes.
A live giant grasshopper.
Well, if they're inert at night, couldn't you just kind of catch one? And a partridge in a pear tree. Alright, well, they broke in through our lines and destroyed half the army. But 2 guys and a scientist ought to do it.
Well, they gotta be around here somewhere.
Sir, you're all right. Why are you leaving? Oh, here we go.
All right, man, off the truck.
I have dubbed you Bug Squad.
Major, I'd suggest that you send some of them that way and some down there, and you and I try the alley.
Okay. You 4 men go that way, you men that way.
Just do what the scientist said. I'm not even in charge here. Hey, this is the alley where Bruce Wayne's parents were killed, isn't it? This is my searching for a bug stroll. Yeah, Bird Eye Gordon loves that man ass. Give us the cheesecake, Bird Eye. Fucking scientists. I almost shot a can of gravy and tell me, Peter, am I good looking enough to be a movie star? So that's a door. You barely fit through there and you're only 6'2". Gotcha! Oh. Wait, now I feel really stupid. The space isn't even big enough for a fucking locust. I don't... Do you know what that noise is, princess? The shrieking eels. They only make that noise when they're about to feast on human flesh. Excuse me. Hi there. Are you Peter Graves? I'm a huge fan. What? Wait, what? Wait, it's a high-pitched shriek. That's a locust. Open fire. Are you telling me insecticide doesn't work, but sleepy night-night gas works? When I get out of this cage, you guys are fucking dead. You know that. Hey, Graves, you ever hear of the Geneva Convention, you monster?
Smaller grasshoppers. Not too close, Major. They put that cage up in a hurry, and I don't know how strong
You're
it
a
is.
big fucking man when you got a gas mask and a fucking canister of gas.
It was safe and secure. And look at me now.
know, I'm 37 years old, and all of a sudden I realize for the first time how much I've taken life for granted.
Really, all it took was a giant cricket invasion?
Ed, how will you know when you've got the right
Yeah,
sound?
no, all they needed was a little night-night gas.
Wow.
Why don't, you know what, instead of this elaborate plan, why don't they just drop
How long will it take?
It's a matter of trial and error.
tranquilizer,
10 minutes or
put
10
them all to
hours.
sleep, and then kill them when they're asleep?
We don't have 10 hours. We're dropping that bomb at dawn.
Yeah, you wait till my friends find out I'm in here, Graves.
How
You're a
does
dead
this work?
man.
Well, I've just attached these wires from the polygraph to the 2 copper strips at the base of the cage.
Now we ask you questions,
Now, the
and we'll
locust,
know
like
if he's
every other
lying.
living thing, has galvanic reflexes or electrical charges in direct
Yeah,
ratio
keep
to
mansplaining, Graves. I'm gonna get out of this cage.
I don't understand.
Well, in other words, when we hit the correct sound or signal, the grasshopper will react to it, and the polygraph will record the change. Now, you notice how steady and regular the movement of the needle is now? Well, when we reproduce the grasshopper's call... the
When we
lines will become
reproduce, he
longer
gets
and
all
highly
worked
irregular.
up, and the polygraph will
It's like
show
a
that.
lie detector test, isn't it?
Uh-huh. But it's the first time a grasshopper ever got one.
That's
Now,
not
if you'll
true.
keep your
There's the
eye on
great
needle for any
grasshopper murder
unusual
spree of
jumps or dips, we'll
1812.
get to work.
Woo, woo, woo. Now we adjust this Curly Joe Doriti sound effect machine. You got nothing on me.
Wainwright, you've had your chance. Now it's the Air Force's turn. Operator.
Get me the
Operator,
atomic
this
bomb
is a top
control
priority
center.
call. Get me General Wagner at the air base.
He's kind of peaceful when he's not eating people.
Look, General, the locusts outside will stay
I'm
put
on
until the
the
temperature reaches 68
phone.
degrees. That's about an hour and a half from now.
Wagner, Chicago has been evacuated. Unless you receive instructions to the contrary by 0616, that is 90 minutes from now, you will order your B-52 crew to deliver the bomb on the designated target.
Well, should I have them
Repeat the
take off
instructions back
at
to
like
me.
6 o'clock and so they're over Chicago at 6:15, or should we just take off at 6:15? Sir, you're not
There's no
being
time to
specific
fool that
enough.
now. Major, get a detail of men up here to move this stuff. And bring some extra grenades. There's some in my staff car. There's a new lab set up for you at my new HQ outside the city.
I can't move now.
Well, you can't stay here, not with an atom bomb hanging over your head.
I don't have any choice. Look, up to now we've been using a filtered signal, and it hasn't worked. But it's just possible that the hearing apparatus of the locust can detect harmonic frequencies above the human range. Well, to test these
Oh,
frequencies,
God, will you
I
just
need every
shut up
minute
and
that's
do
left.
it?
If you'll just give me one man to replace Miss Ames.
I'm staying.
Look,
Well, look, this
Miss
is no
Ames,
time to be worrying
take the
about a big
hint.
story.
I
I'm not
asked for a
worried about
man.
story.
Will you please leave before it's too late?
No.
Major,
I'm Peter Graves,
you
and
a detail
I'm
of 2
turned
men
off
will
by
remain
women.
here with Mr. Wainwright. I will station men at 3 observation posts. One in the suburbs, one near the Art Institute, and one on top of a downtown hotel. Also, a helicopter will spot from above. There will be a getaway car parked downstairs at the main entrance. I suggest you use it by 5:45 at the very latest. If you are successful, contact me at once so I can stop the bomb.
No, sir, nobody can stop that bomb. Hey, it's awful quiet this morning, isn't it? I only joined the army to pay for college. I'm standing here watching a fucking cricket. Hey, Marshall Fielding Company. I know that place. Yeah, that's good, Peter. Just do some, you know, sciencey stuff and. We get it. Chicago's empty. Oh, he's past the deadline. You don't just spin the dial like that, Peter. Wow. Somewhere Christopher Nolan gets the idea for rapid cutting.
Ed, look at this.
I think you've got it.
I'm going to kill you!
And the cage is moving.
Sir. Man, these things stood up to artillery fire and napalm, and he just hit it with a Tommy gun. He died as he lived. Stupidly. Way to go, Wainwright.
Cover him up. Get that thing out of here.
I don't want his mother to see him like this. Look how they massacred my boy.
Emergency lab to Chicago GHQ. Emergency lab to Chicago GHQ. Come in, General. Are you there?
Now listen to me, Wainwright.
We found it, General. We found the frequency.
Good. Now stand by. I've got to stop that A-bomb. I'll get right back.
And then I have to have my neck installed.
Chicago GHQ to double B. Chicago GHQ to double B.
Some asshole dropped the handle on this guy's head.
GHQ to double B. Over.
This is double B. Come in, Chicago GHQ. Over.
Hanson here. Your mission is canceled. Return to your base. Repeat the message. Over.
Mission canceled. Return to
Sir,
base.
our bombardier was really looking forward to
Chicago
this. I'm not
GHQ
sure I can talk him
emergency
down
lab.
at this point.
Right here.
The show is yours, Wainwright.
All right. Get that equipment on the lake in a boat, and I'll be your Pied Piper.
Do you have time for a quickie? Now, mind you, it hurts to admit this, but this is exactly how they got rid of Godzilla in Godzilla 1985. Or The Return of Godzilla 84.
I still don't understand. Why didn't you put the oscillator in the boat in the first place to send out the call? Why track them here?
Because we'd never get them all. Here, look. Now, here we are in downtown Chicago, near the lake. Now, the locusts are scattered all through the suburbs and on the south side. Now, we'll send out the call from here.
Yes, but that's going to attract them to us, not into the water.
I know
First of all,
that.
it's
If you shut
imperative
up,
that
I'll
every last
explain
one
it.
of the locusts hear the call. Now, in order to do that, we've got to get our amplifier speaker at the highest possible point to get maximum range. Now, we've got ours on the roof of this building, which is one of the tallest
Which
in
seems kind of
Chicago.
dumb when we could have
Now,
used
once
the
we
roof
get
of
them
any
here-
building, not the one we happen to be in.
Exactly. Once we have them in the heart of the loop near our location, they'll be within range of the amplifier on the boat. Now, we'll then radio our oscillator signal out to the boat, and they, in turn, will rebroadcast it over their amplifier, attracting the locusts to them and into the lake.
Everybody got that?
We hope. Now, will you check and see about the temperature?
How can we be sure, sir?
What do you mean?
How can you know that we'll get them all?
Well, that's where our observation posts and the helicopter come in. From their reports, we'll know the exact location of the locusts at all times. And if it's working.
You know, if these things had attacked in winter, it
70
wouldn't even be
degrees,
an
Ed.
issue.
They're probably starting to move.
Emergency lab to all observation posts. Emergency lab to all observation posts. Report in. Over.
Red 3, standing by. Red 2, standing by. Red 5, standing by.
Lab, over.
What is your location?
I'm in the window of a lingerie store, and I'm liking it.
The street is empty. Nothing in sight. Out.
Observation post number 3 to emergency lab. I'm on the roof of the Drayton Hotel.
And I can't seem to straighten my
Don't see
spine
any
out.
grasshoppers in this area, but the south side's getting some action.
Out. Emergency lab to observation post 1. Emergency lab to observation post 1.
Ah, we're all gonna die!
What's your location, post 1? Over.
This is observation post number 1. I'm right in the middle of them. I'm just south of 73rd and South Shore Drive. Out.
They appear to be looking at real estate, sir.
Emergency lab to helicopter. Over.
Helicopter to emergency lab. The locusts are active on the south side of Chicago. As yet, there are none in the downtown area. Out.
Can you read me emergency lab?
Over. Yes, we can read you fine, General. Are you all set? Over.
We're not quite ready yet.
I'm an idiot in a boat, and I don't know why.
More minutes.
Yes, that was
I
MASH.
think we better start now, General. If they should change their direction and start moving away from Chicago, we may not get them all. Over.
I don't like your starting until we're completely ready. This boat has to draw them away from you at a split second's notice.
They are definitely going to need a bigger boat.
I'd like to start, sir.
Then go ahead.
Don't mind me, I'm just a fucking general. But no, Mr. fucking entomologist knows everything.
Sergeant. Yes, sir? Is that the wire that leads to the speaker on the roof? Yes, sir. Oh, plug it into the amplifier, will you? Yes, sir.
Shouldn't we have done that already, sir? You had all night. Wait, that's the wrong frequency. We're just attracting the ants from them. No!
Post number 1 to emergency lab. The locusts are leaving this section. They're heading toward Chicago's downtown.
Helicopter to emergency lab. The locusts are moving on the downtown area.
Oh, it's lovely down here, eh? We should get some pizza. I'm sick of eating people. Oh, poopy!
Observation post number 3 to emergency lab. The locusts are everywhere. They're moving toward your location. I repeat, the locusts are moving toward the emergency lab.
Michigan Boulevard is filled with them. They're everywhere.
Emergency lab to boat. Emergency lab to boat. It's working, General. It's working.
I heard the reports.
Yeah, I'm on the same group call as you, dummy. Oh no, not Whacker Drive. That's true. Overside Toads would take care of this quickly. Be like that Daffy Duck cartoon where he sends a mouse to Porky Pig's apartment, and he has to keep sending progressively larger animals to take care of it until an elephant takes care of the tiger that he sent to the room. And then they have to send a mouse to the room to get rid of the elephant. Observation post 2? You okay?
Here they come. They're coming down the street.
They're acting surprised. This was their plan.
They're climbing the building.
No, they're climbing a postcard of the building. Watch the legs go off of the building because it's just walking on a picture. I regret nothing!
Wainwright to boat. Wainwright to boat. Come in, please. Come in.
Come in, Wainwright.
How soon are you ready?
We're ready as soon as we get clearance from observation posts. I'll check them immediately.
One of them's
Out.
dead.
Boat to helicopter.
They're still going in, sir, but it'll be a while before they all reach the downtown section.
Wainwright, you'll have to hold out a bit longer. All the locusts haven't reached the downtown area yet.
There's a flaw in that plan, wasn't there?
All right, we'll try.
I warned you, Wainwright. Here's a little something I learned in entomology class, motherfuckers! There he goes off the roof there.
We can't hold out much longer.
Tell my 13,000 children I love them!
Move to observation post. Report. Over.
Post number 1. All clear, sir.
It's time for tea.
Post number 2. All clear, sir.
I'm not wearing ladies' underwear
Helicopter
either.
reporting. All clear, sir.
Why did my wings never form? You feeling lucky, Locust?
Whenever you're ready, General.
Then let's have it.
Okay, go ahead, Audrey.
You mean this one?
Throw the switch.
Ow, my ears, sir! We'll see you in hell, Graves.
Helicopter to boat. General, they're responding. They're responding. They're swarming toward the water.
No, they killed him, remember, after he broke free and killed the other guy? Now, there is no way in hell that no grasshoppers were harmed in the making of this picture. You'd think thousands of grasshoppers would...
Head for shore.
I would, sir, but there's thousands of grasshoppers in the way. I'm sorry I undid my tie. I hope you don't think less of me. By the way, did you take any fucking pictures of Ansel Adams? Wow, Peter Graves didn't even kiss her. I think your chocolate idea was not only a great idea, but also scrumptious. And that was the end of the beginning of the end. See, that movie is a completely different kind of awful. It's just, you know, it's awful, but it's fun awful.